I haven't got the intro up, so let's freehand this. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. That's not how I started, is it? Is it?
That was
Hello,
weird.
hello, and welcome to...
Do you know what the name of it is?
It's Musician versus Musician.
This is the first time Matt's ever had to do it without it being written in front of him.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm going to try one more time. Hello and welcome to Musician versus Musician, a podcast / gig where every week we talk about something. I was going so well and then I fucked it.
Oh, you did well.
We talk about things.
Music related concepts, all of that kind of jazz.
Sometimes
Bands.
we just ramble and make the intro extra long.
Yay!
Yay! I mean, you can tell it's not rehearsed at least.
True.
I'm too embarrassed. Oh my goodness, it's so warm in this room. This is relatable content. Oh, so you know what? Something I realised last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever I did the last podcast, was why the fuck do we do a news section when we record this ahead of time?
Yeah. Well, I think this is why we slowly started giving up.
Yeah,
because we're just coming across as not in the loop.
Yeah, like
And there's
2
something.
weeks behind everything.
Yeah.
When actually, we're still pretty out of the loop, but not 2 weeks
But
behind.
yeah, we're not severely, just moderately.
Well, anyway, hi England. This is coming up. Ooh, the closest we've ever done it. It's actually going up on Sunday. It's currently Friday. And I hope you're all enjoying the fucking heat. Anyone who's not in England, you're probably already warm. Like, you're probably in a warm country.
I feel like you should start in the UK because you're really offending me.
Wait, where are you from? Okay, wait, I don't think I've got through the whole intro yet. I'm Matt.
And I'm Leia.
And we're part of a band.
Yeah, we are.
What's it called? Wild Abyss. We're part of
What's
the
the
band.
line? What's the line you have to say?
Wild Abyss.
No, what's the line? Your special line at the end of the intro that we added in specially.
Oh yeah, our reviews do not reflect the views of everyone in the band except when we say they do, which is often. Actually,
Andy normally does. So does Lou's pretty good too, to be
you
fair.
haven't listened to last week.
I haven't.
I speak for you a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to listen to it now.
Yeah, well...
I'll do that tonight.
It got kind of buried amidst all our... Oh, by the way, our EP came out.
Yay! We did a thing.
Some would say well. Some would say not so well. I don't know. I haven't met anyone who said not so well yet.
I don't think anyone would say not so well to your face.
That's true. I've met people who are like, it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
And then
Enough.
I've had strangers add me on Facebook.
That's weird.
It's only happened twice. So it's not, not millions of fangirls, but it was 2 women.
Obviously.
One older woman, like 25, 26, one 18-year-old. And I had to very politely just,
This is weird.
yeah, just
Don't
suggest
do this.
not talking to me because it's weird for me to do that.
That's fair.
Yeah, so cool. What do we do on this podcast? We talk about things. We talk about a band. And
Was
this
I
week,
wrong to say that you could go first this week? Because you're struggling.
it's really warm. And I've been applying to jobs today, so I feel a bit frazzled. So, I will go first.
Ooh.
I keep looking at the computer like I'm talking to an audience.
Yeah.
But it's just you. I should probably get used to... it's because we don't make eye contact
No, we
very
don't.
much.
We're really weird about
I
that.
don't like eye contact. No matter how blue your eyes are.
We're a bit autistic, I think is what we're getting at.
A little bit, but you probably shouldn't say that. I'm diagnosed with ADHD by, like, many, many people.
I was recommended by 3 different college lecturers to get an autism diagnosis. But it never happened when I was a kid, so
Okay.
I don't know.
I think I just have a low attention span.
We're just weird.
Yeah. It makes us perfect musicians. Right, so, here's my topic.
Ooh.
In the year 2000,
Oh, okay.
the band Transistor Revolt published their eponymous EP.
Okay.
Transistor Revolt.
I have no idea who that is.
You can learn.
Okay.
And the co-founder of the independent record label Fat Records, it's hard to say, Fat Records.
Oh, it is actually supposed to be separate words.
Yeah, it's Fat, and then WRECK, and then
Oh.
CHORDS.
Oh, I thought you were just having a minute.
Nope. So they offered Transistor Revolt a recording contract.
Okay.
Only if they changed their name.
2.
Do you want to guess?
No.
There are suggestions that the music company had for them.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so
Ready for this?
bear in mind they're a punk band.
Okay.
That's key information, and they gave suggestions like Jimmy Cracked Corn and the I Don't Cares.
Why Why weren't they okay with Transistor Revolve?
I don't know, but they were okay with Jimmy Cracked Corn and the I Don't Cares.
I kind of like the I Don't Cares, just because it's so stupid.
It is. That's quite a good name, the I Don't Cares.
Yeah.
None of the band liked or appreciated his suggestions.
Yeah, that's fair.
Label.
Yeah.
The band then agreed on the name Rise Against.
Okay, this is where we're going.
Yeah, this is what I've been talking about this
Mattie's
week.
a bit of a fan of Rise Against.
What did you just call me?
Matty.
Oh.
I know you hate it. That's exactly why
I don't like that name. So the name Rise Against was suggested by a band member who immediately left the band upon them changing their name.
But then why did he suggest it?
The band spent a few months looking for a drummer capable of playing double time beats at a rapid pace. What is that?
That's like blast beats.
What
that
is that?
So think sort of Slayer-esque. It's just all really fast and. I
So
could
what
just
you've
play
got,
something. For
what
you.
you've got for me is it's fast.
Literally, basic. Hang on, let me just. I'm just gonna get up a Slayer song.
What do I expect from the drummer, guys?
Sorry, I am not eloquent. This is why people kept telling me to get tested for autism.
Because you're not eloquent. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to anyone with autism out there for Leia. This is
wrong.
so terrible of her.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, there isn't anything wrong with having autism. There is wrong with whatever you're saying. Alright.
So I'm just gonna.
You just play this.
You
through
can
the
cut this
speakers?
out if you want.
I probably won't. Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm looking for what I want. On the bass and the snare?
Sure.
Yeah. We're happy with that?
Yeah, right. It's fast.
Yeah, just fast all over the place. Some people get it neater than others.
So, Rise Against eventually found their drummer when a fellow band, Good Riddance. That's a good name.
Yeah, that is a good name.
For a band. I haven't heard of them before.
I
But...
kind of recognise that.
Okay. Well, they're in the punk and heavy scene, or they were at one point, in the year 2000.
Ooh.
Which is when we are currently. For anyone tuning in just now, you don't really tune in with a podcast, do you?
Well, not really, no,
start
because
playing the
it's not on the
podcast.
radio.
No. Maybe it is. Maybe this is
That
the
would be
future,
cool.
and we're
Yeah.
on the radio.
Sorry, why has radio come back round?
Do you think we'd be good on the radio? I think we'd be
No.
terrible. No?
Yeah, we'd be really bad at it.
Why?
Well, for a start, we'd only pick music that we want to listen to.
I don't know. I think I talk about a good variation across this.
Yeah, but
I talked about the cheeky girl.
You also still do, like, if you're gonna have a radio station, you need to be, like, consistent with your
Oh, that's true.
thing. And you would be like, you know what, today I want to spend an hour and a half solidly listening to Hannah Montana.
I am too eclectic with my taste.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you'd be good at it.
I'd be better than you. I wouldn't be good at it.
So, the Good Riddance band gave them an audition tape for someone they had turned down,
Okay.
which I think is funny.
Yeah, fair.
Called Brandon Barnes. Rise Against called him up and he accepted. So they're together. They're a band now. They've started working on their debut studio album. Do you know what it's called?
No.
Ah, okay. You don't know anything about Rise Against,
No,
do you?
I don't.
Okay. It's called The Unraveling.
I only know the song that was on Guitar Hero.
Savior.
Okay. And the song that you made me listen to.
Injection.
I don't think so.
I think I've made you listen to a few.
Ah.
Savior's definitely the one on Guitar Hero. Private Refugee.
Yeah, that one.
That's also on Guitar Hero. There are two.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so
That'll
you've
be
heard,
why.
you've heard two.
Yeah.
So they start working on The Unraveling under the producer Mas Giorgini. Oh, hold on.
What a name.
Massa Giorgini.
I'd like you all to know that he did the meme hand with it.
I just apologise for like your language around autistic persons, and then I just do the worst.
Yeah, you're gonna be racist. Like, what the hell?
I think it's xenophobic. Mas Giorgini worked on Anti-Flag's album in 2001.
Okay.
Are you a big Anti-Flag fan?
I'm aware of them. Haven't really listened to them.
They're really good.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. If you like punk music, which obviously I do.
Yeah.
But he'd also worked with a ton of bands that I've never heard of.
Yay!
Such as the Beatnik Termites.
I don't know them.
I just thought the name was funny.
That is a good name.
And Screeching Weasel.
That is an excellent name. Does he just pick out the ones with the name he likes?
I guess. I mean, Rise Against sounds pretty lame in comparison to Screeching Weasel.
Yeah, it really does.
So the band remarked about grueling work days. They had 12 hours a day for 4 weeks and then 22 to 24 hours per day during the last week of tracking. Which, if they managed 24 hours per day for a week,
they would have died. I'm pretty sure that's not possible.
That's just well, I imagine it'd be like us. Like you're taking turns.
Yeah.
Someone's sleeping.
Yeah.
It's on and off.
Like just move in for a week, it'd be fine.
Like this was before modern editing as well. So if you did it wrong or off time, you just
had to keep going.
Did it again. Critically, album was a success.
Yay!
But commercially, it was okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll take okay.
Yeah. The guitarist Dan, and I don't know how to pronounce this.
Can I see?
Vlaklinski. Vlaklinski.
That is a good name. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you butcher all the names in this one.
There's a lot of annoying names in this.
There's going to be because I do plan at some point on doing Rammstein, and I'm going to ruin every single name in it, and I'm going to really offend. I'm going to find some German people and be like, listen to this so you can be offended by it.
I know some German people. We could get them on for it.
Yeah, there we go. Funny. That's a plan.
So he left Dan, let's just call him Dan, left the band whilst they were touring North America and Europe to promote the album. The rumour was that Tim McElrath, the singer, fired him because of his long hair.
What?
Tim McElrath has denied that.
That sounds like rubbish.
It sounds ridiculous, but I hope it is true. Because the world is a more magical place if that's why someone was fired from a band.
That is some Spinal Tap shit, like.
Fired from a band for having long hair. Whatever. Harry Styles would not have made it through. You know?
Would he have made it through to start with?
He's a good singer.
Oh, was he the singer?
Harry Styles?
No, not the other one. The one that got kicked out, I thought.
Dan Vlaklinski.
Dan. Which, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't listening when you told me what he did. I thought he was a guitarist.
He was a guitarist.
Oh, so, like, we don't know if Harry Styles was a good guitarist.
Harry Styles. But that's not... Whatever. Right. About a year later, when the band were prepping for their next album, Rise Against were struggling with their musical identity.
Lord.
Classic band problem.
What a sentence.
Fat Wreck Chords was known for a specific sound, but they wanted it to be heavier.
Oh, okay.
Rise Against were like, nah, we're too soft. We want to be heavy. They used Bill Stevenson, former drummer of The Descendants, and Jason Livermore to produce their album.
Okay.
Have you heard of The Descendants?
No.
Okay.
Was that disappointing for you?
No, I'm talking about a lot of bands you've just never heard of.
Yeah, I'll just let it happen.
We haven't even got to like playing the music from Rise Against.
I know, you just sat here butchering names and naming stupid bands as we stand.
The Descendants are okay.
No, I'm not saying that they're a bad band. I'm saying that their names are silly.
The Descendants?
That's a bit silly.
Alright, okay.
We're all descendants. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, that is ridiculous standard to take. Okay, so they recorded this new album from November to December 2002 and then released Revolutions Per Minute on April 8th, 2003, which I assume you haven't heard either.
No.
It's really good.
It's a good name. I like that name.
I think it's better than The Unraveling. Second album's better than the first one is not anything to be surprised by.
It's pretty normal, isn't it? You're still finding your feet with your first one.
But I still don't think it's great.
Okay.
Like, it's not that classic Rise Against sound quite yet, which
okay, they're still working.
When I think of the classic Rise Against sound, it's one album that we'll get to eventually.
Eventually.
It reached number 35 on the independent albums chart in the US, and it was praised critically, just like the previous one. So they're doing well with critics.
Okay.
People like that they're political.
Okay, that's right. But okay.
Yeah, so like people are super into it politically, but they are not getting any real mainstream exposure.
Yeah.
And as you can probably gather at this point, they tour a lot.
Yeah.
It helped them establish an early fan base and also attracted the attention of major record labels, including DreamWorks Records, which I haven't checked.
What?
But I'm pretty sure DreamWorks is Steven Spielberg's company, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I just know DreamWorks as the one that does the Shrek films.
Yeah, well, I think Spielberg owns that. I don't know. Maybe that's Amblin. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, somebody owns something.
Hey, I can Google it.
Okay. Well, while I'm talking,
you can keep talking. I'll keep a googling and I'll listen to you.
This is really really interesting. So DreamWorks, usually major labels exert like a massive level of control, right? And Rise Against wanted a company that supported their politically charged lyrics.
Okay.
And DreamWorks said that they did and gave them complete creative control, which is pretty crazy considering how big DreamWorks is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Rise Against signed with them and started recording their third album, Siren Song of the Counterculture, which is almost a good album.
Almost?
Yeah, we'll get to it. So the band went into the album with the assumption that DreamWorks was going to drop them at any moment, so they wanted to like take advantage of the opportunity by working with their dream producer.
Yeah.
They chose Garth Richardson. I don't know if you know who that is.
I have no idea, but he's called Garth, so...
He's known for his work with Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay.
So, actual, really important producer. I've skimmed over it a little bit, but the band kind of had a revolving door of members, and this continued through this album. They lost a member who was replaced by Chris Chase of the band Reach the Sky.
Okay.
I assume you still haven't heard of them.
No.
God, I'm so into the punk scene, and you just... Nothing.
Sorry, what do you know about the metal scene?
Nothing at all.
There we are then.
Just saying.
Also, update, Steven Spielberg joint founded DreamWorks.
Oh, cool. All right. I should probably know that.
There we go.
I do.
Yeah, you're only a film student.
Of 5 years.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the only drama revolving door of people.
Okay.
In November 2003, DreamWorks was acquired by Universal Music Group and eventually merged with Geffen, which kind of left Rise Against without like anyone to talk to higher up.
Right.
They were just kind of floating.
Just existing.
Yeah, so they were like trying to please a little bit.
Oh, I see, okay.
And they released Siren Song of the Counterculture on August 10th, 2004.
Ooh.
And for the first 6 months, the album sold terribly. And nobody liked it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't you like that one?
Almost.
Okay.
So it's got some really good songs on it. One of which, I guess, we might listen to a few snippets, because the problem with this album, which I was going to talk about, but the problem is that great lyrics, but it's overproduced.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to show you little clips so you can compare, but it's overproduced to shit. And even though eventually they like toured and it got so much exposure from that and it became the first album to actually go into the billboards,
yeah,
I don't think it's that good because the music just isn't super memorable.
Okay, yeah. We've all been there.
Yeah. And that being said, I remember all of them because I've listened to them 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you're a little weirdo, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm going to play you a little bit of like 4 or 5 Rise Against songs.
Yeah,
But what I'm going to play for the audience is Swing Life Away, which is one of the singles that kind of attracted a lot of attention.
We live on front porches and swing life away. We get by just fine here on minimum wage.
Wait, did I actually play the one that attracted a lot of attention? Yes, I did.
I don't
Swing
know.
Life Away.
I don't know.
Bum, 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 bum,
Oh,
bum,
yeah.
bum. Yeah. Okay, so we listened to a few of their songs and immediately I was like, no, I take it all back. This album's great. I fucking love
Yeah.
it. It's so good.
Was immediately like, yeah.
Yeah, I
Come on, let's just listen to this one and this one. Oh, but listen to the intro of this one. Look.
It's
like...
so good. And we've got more to listen to because there's 2 more songs I want you to listen to later. So we'll just keep going. But anyway, the band, this is what, like, it was praised for lyrics. We didn't really listen to a lot of the lyrics because I needed you to get an idea for the sound. But it did draw criticism for a lack of individually memorable songs and perceived overproduction is what I've written down. But it is noticeably different to like the pure punk of the previous albums.
Yeah. I can see that.
Like the mix is less live sounding almost.
Yeah.
And
I see that.
I can, like, people clearly were just, like, shocked at the difference.
Yeah.
But I still love it. It's great. Dancing for Rain is amazing. Oh, man, I'm going to have to send Heather this episode because she got me into this band. Or did Christy? I'll send it both to them. They both got me into this.
Are they going to listen to this bit and be like, that dick?
They both helped. You guys are awesome. But anyway, it's 2006. It's not literally 2006.
Yeah,
it's 2018.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm not 6.
I don't want to do the maths. 12 years ago. 12.
You're going to have a good day today. You got 2 bands that you like. You're going to like my one as well.
Oh, cool. Right, so anyway, it's 2006. And the band has been... Oh, shit. Right. I messed up my file.
Yeah.
The band has been touring for a year and a half.
Yeah?
A year and a half of solid touring.
That is a long time.
So they decided to take a break.
That's fair.
So that they can
well
record
deserved.
their next album.
Yeah, okay.
So not a real break.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, let's do a different kind of work.
Yeah.
Now,
I respect that.
Well, despite the previous producer being their dream producer, They weren't thrilled with his contributions, as he produced like a more polished and heavier album than their previous work.
Okay.
And as a result, they returned to the old producers for Revolutions Per Minute, which was their second album.
Okay.
And they had a bloody good time.
Fair enough.
That's what I've written down. They had a bloody good time. They no longer cared about the executives, which I've misspelt in my document as executives.
Wait, let me see. Oh, nailed it.
Nice. They just did their thing. They were like, we're cool. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We've toured for a year and a half.
We know what we want, yeah.
The album, Suffer and the Witness, was released July 4th, 2006 and sold 48,327 copies.
Okay.
In their first week.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They charted in 7 countries and got certified gold in 3 countries. The album was well received by critics, who noted how Rise Against was able to mature in their sound and simultaneously retain their punk roots, something no one would ever say again.
Why?
Well, I guess their sound matured, but later on it gets a little less interesting to me.
Okay.
And I think to the world, because they've dropped out of popular consciousness a little bit. They're still quite big, to be fair. But in 2007, they went on tour again and, of course, dropped a guitarist.
Okay.
Because that's what this band does. They get rid of guitarists.
Yeah.
They brought on Zach Blair as the band's 5th different guitarist, who at the time was living as a construction worker.
Like you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, some people do. Construction workers, famously, live as construction workers. But anyway,
I hope you die, you know.
He's the guitarist who's with them to this very day.
Okay.
So, no more guitarist drama. But I do want you to listen to one song from Suffer and the Witness. You've already heard Prayer of the Refugee, which is by far one of the most famous songs. But what I want to listen to is Injection, because I think it's... Actually, every song on this is really good. Maybe I... Alright, hold on.
You think you've got an opinion about these guys. You know what your opinion is? Yeah!
Yeah, they're so good. I love them so much. Alright, so we're going to listen to little snippets of a couple songs. I'll probably put in Injection here and maybe Chamber the Cartridge, because it's really good.
Depends on how much time you've got to really enjoy yourself, isn't it?
Oh god, I'm going to have to edit this, and it's just going to be Sophie's choice of going through editing. I haven't actually seen Sophie's Choice, have you?
No.
Okay, well then we won't talk about it.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I'm going to put on Whatever I Put On. Listen to the songs.
Knees are weak, hands are shaking, I can't breathe, so give me the drug, keep me alive, give me what's left of my life.
What a great time we just had
We
listening to those songs.
Not a lot of a few different songs.
Well, I didn't want to bore you.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, you were very quickly won over with that album, so I didn't want to ruin it by
preferred
listening to more.
Yeah.
Why did you just based on the snippets? I realized it's not fair.
I think
to get
it was
your
the one with the sort of military drum line at the start, like the snare roll.
Oh yeah, the Chamber the Cartridge.
Yeah, I like that one.
You
know, we just listened to it. I know what it sounds like.
But the listeners might not, because I might not have put it on.
Well, you have to now.
No, I'm going to leave it out just for that reason.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So, after Suffer and the Witness, after they've continued touring for another 2 years, it's 2008. And this is peak interest for the band. They started recording their next album.
Yay!
These guys fucking churned them out.
Yeah.
Like, so it's 2008. They've already recorded 4 albums at this point. They've gone through a ton of guitarists. They've toured. They're just fucking heroes, man. They work. I think they're a working band, is the way you could describe them. So they start recording Appeal to Reason. They kept their producers and Zach Blair, the new guitarist, and who has stated that he wanted to fit in. So he listened to all their previous stuff and really tried to recreate the sound that they have.
Okay.
So I guess he didn't want to put a Zach Blair stamp on the guitars. He wanted to make sure it was Rise Against's music.
Fair enough.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess when they're doing pretty well, so they're quite famous, so you don't want to fuck up that dynamic.
Yeah.
They recorded for 2 months.
Okay.
Is a long time to record, but it's kind of a lie, because they also released an EP in that time. They took breaks to perform at festivals like Download in the UK. And Appeal to Reason was released on October 2008 by Interscope Records. It was the band's highest charting album, number 3 on Billboard. It sold 64,000 copies in its first week, and by December 2010, it sold over 482,000 copies.
That is a lot.
That's a lot, especially for a punk rock band.
Yeah.
They were finally... This is them in the mainstream, basically.
Yeah.
But the album is controversial. Do you want to guess why? Why a mainstream album would be controversial?
I don't know.
It's because it's nicer than the other ones.
Really?
The sound is nicer. It's more radio friendly.
That irks me in a way.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard Saviour.
Yeah.
You should be able to hear a little bit of the difference.
Yeah, okay. Mm.
And it's kind of... it is true that the sound is different, but Appeal to Reason is still just like a solid album.
You're allowed to progress in your style.
Yeah, it's not as good an album as Sufferer, in my opinion, but it's still very good.
Yeah, I'm sure they had just as much fun recording it and making it, so...
And it signalled a bit of a shift for the band, which they've kind of stuck to, which the sound is a little bit less punk. The drums are less heavy and involved, I guess. They're a bit more melodic. And all of this has been noted by a lot of critics.
Okay.
And that's kind of the last... The next album is the last album that I'm actually completely familiar with. I've heard bits and pieces from here on out, but Endgame finished recording in January 2011, and it's a little boring.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty much low rent Appeal to Reason. And I remember when I was younger, a lot of my heavy loving friends completely fell off Rise Against with this album. They just could not get behind the sound. And even I have to admit, it's not like my favourite of their work. Tim McElrath noted that the songs that dealt with uncomfortable and difficult topics such as Hurricane Katrina and the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, they were written from the perspective of what if the world on the other side of these events is a better one. I do think that comes across. It sounds way more positive and upbeat about change, and that is probably a good thing.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it makes for slightly less interesting music. The album is noted to be the first album to state Rise Against stance on homophobia.
Okay.
Can you guess what it is? Are they pro or con? Like pro or against homophobia?
Yeah, I was gonna say homophobia or gay people, because I could make a real issue of this. I'm sure they're on the team of the gays. It's okay.
Yes, they released the song "Make It Stop," which was covered by a small band called The Conflict, very famously.
Okay.
It's my old band.
Okay.
Yeah. It was all about the treatment of the LGBTQ plus community.
You realise why that joke didn't work?
Because you forgot that my old band was called The Conflict?
No, because you don't care enough to bring it up.
I've brought it up before. I wore a t-shirt in one of the vlogs.
Yeah. Sorry, did you know that people can't see you when we're doing a blog?
A podcast.
That's the one. People can't see you when you're doing it. Oh god, I'm so tired. Yes, people can't see you when you're doing a podcast. And also, I didn't care. I think the only comment we made was, that's a dumb t-shirt. Because it was really bad.
It's a great t-shirt. Will, thank you very much for making it for us.
I'm sure he put a lot of effort into it, but it doesn't look like a band t-shirt. It just looks like someone stamped on it.
Well, it wasn't for anyone except the band.
Yeah, and that's fine.
It was a what's the word? I don't know. Alright, moving on. So when touring and promoting this album, they played, what I've written down is the technical term for a fuck ton of gigs.
Yeah.
They even supported the Foo Fighters,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And they toured for 2 years before deciding, maybe we should take a break.
Yeah, that's fair.
And at this point, the band kind of started falling out of the mainstream a bit more. They released 3 more albums, The Black Market, Wolves, and, well, they'll release the next one this month.
Yeah.
Which is called Ghost Note Symphonies, which I'll give it a listen. I think they did pretty well with The Black Market, but Wolves I didn't really listen to.
Oh, okay.
So I can't.
So you're like, okay.
Yeah, I can't really give an opinion on it. But as you can probably tell, the band history has calmed down a lot. They all have kids and families now, and things are a bit more chill. But I do have some fun facts to round out this report.
Oh, yes, I'm excited for this. I love fun facts.
Okay. Well, they're not that fun.
Okay.
So don't get too excited.
I'm disappointed already now.
I just want to lower your expectations. All of the group's members are vegetarians and actively support PETA.
Why?
Because they're punk and they're like straight edge punks.
I have a lot of opinions about PETA. which we should probably not get into now, but we can have this
I
discussion.
think I have the same opinions about Peter.
They're not positive opinions.
No, I have very negative opinions
Yes,
of Peter.
very, very negative opinions of Peter.
Yeah, I don't like Peter.
I was all on board with the whole straight edge, vegetarian, all of that kind of thing until Peter came into it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Peter.
Like, that just feels like you haven't actually researched it.
I mean...
Not you, them.
Yeah, I realise.
Yeah.
I just, like, why would you fall in love with Katniss?
What?
That was the Hunger Games joke.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen that.
Oh, God. Like the one person...
I tried it and I didn't like it, okay?
Wait, tried reading it or tried watching it?
Both. I gave up on both.
Yeah, I read them all and watched them all and I don't like them.
At least you committed to it. I got like halfway through the film and was like, oh, I want to die.
I have to see what the hype is about with these things. Like I did the same thing with Twilight.
Did you?
Yeah.
I kind of respect that in a way.
And I guess I don't have enough of a life.
Yeah, there is that, but there we are.
Yeah. So, fun fact. They are, unsurprisingly, Democrats and endorsed Barack Obama.
Yay!
So, any controversial opinions on Barack Obama?
Not really, no.
No.
I'm just pretty sound. To be honest, he could have done more or less whatever he wanted. It would all be better than it is now.
Yeah. Yeah. My voice cracked with fear at what...
At the thought of being nuked at any given moment.
God. And finally, fun fact, which is about their musical style.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's often described as hardcore punk or melodic hardcore. Their songs emphasize melody, catchy hooks, aggressive movements, and rapid-paced tempo. But, of course, their more radio-friendly sound has a greater emphasis on production value and melody than anything else.
The way you describe it, it does sound like it should be a pop-punk band.
Right?
And I'm not generally, I don't really go for pop-punk, but it's not pop-punk. It just, on paper, it sounds like it.
Totally, but I think they're really great. Suffer and the Witness is the album that I recommend to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't usually recommend the first two
No one
albums.
asked for a recommendation, but you told me you told me repeatedly I had to listen to that.
It's really good. It's a good album. If anyone out there likes punk music that's fairly heavy, Suffer and the Witness is the best one. Siren Song is good too. Those are the two best albums. And then Appeal to Reason has Savior on it.
Oh, okay.
Which is really good. And Hero of War, which is one of their best songs. But that pretty much brings the end of my report. I put my phone down.
That was nice.
I'm done.
I enjoyed that report.
Yeah, I took way longer than
anyone had guessed, which is annoying because I'm pretty sure my topic's going to be a bit longer because I kind of did the same thing.
Oh, God, I love this band so much and I assume you love yours.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You also like mine. Do you want to take a stab at Woody?
Alright, how many guesses do I get? Wait, give me a clue and then I'll guess from that clue.
Okay. To be honest, there's no clue I can give you other than it's probably one of the only bands that we both really like.
Rage Against the Machine.
No, but that's a good example.
Okay. A Monomath.
Are you that into a Monomath these days?
I've listened to 3 of their songs.
Keep guessing.
Alright, how many guesses do I get?
You can have 5, but you've already used 2.
Alright, okay. So it's a band we both really like.
Yeah. You notably said that what went as, I believe, their most famous song, you said it was dumb. And that you really liked all the other ones.
Pantera.
No.
Oh, okay.
Which one did you say was dumb?
Well, I probably said Cowboys from Hell is silly.
Yeah, you said it was silly,
lyrically,
but you also like the song, whereas you actively didn't like the song.
Oh, okay, so that means it's not Slipknot.
No.
It's not Metallica.
We're 3 guesses in, by the way. You got 2 left.
Okay. Ooh, it's not Slayer.
No.
No, we haven't really talked about Slayer. Think a bit
lighter. It's a bit lighter for me.
Oh, God, that means it's like the heaviest thing I've heard.
It's not.
Oh, okay. Right.
No.
I don't know. We're like pushing time.
Oh, this is dumb. It was Mr. Big.
Oh.
See, I knew you'd think it was stupid when you didn't get it.
Wait, which one's the one I thought was dumb?
You thought To Be With You was dumb.
Oh, it is dumb.
Yeah, there we are then.
It is dumb.
Yeah, so they were nice.
I want to be with you. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
Yeah, that was one of their most famous songs, but probably for that reason, I think it was famous with most of people that weren't really fans of the band. And then
Protein Shake Break.
Chug, 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 chug. That's a long chug.
I don't want to.
Yeah, so nice and simple, American hard rock band. So I was looking through it because you know, when you get like just bits and pieces about a band and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check their Facebook for information, and this really shows their age because I went on their Facebook and it was like new album coming out soon, and I was like, what? Like they haven't long done one, and it was like, oh, it's called The Stories We Could Tell. Which is an album that they released in 2014. Oh. And they've released another album since. So I was like, okay, they're just old and don't know how to use Facebook.
Okay, or they've got no social media manager.
Maybe, but I'd be surprised if they don't.
If they do, he's terrible at, or she.
Yeah, they are terrible at their job.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So people often refer to them as a supergroup, and that is because all of their members are stupid good, basically.
Yeah, they are really good.
Even from a technical perspective, you can't really argue with them.
You got Johnny Cash on guitar.
Yeah, that's definitely who it is.
Elvis on drums.
Elvis isn't singing, he's on the drums.
Batman on tambourine.
Yep.
Wait, how many more band members are there?
There's 2 more for a generic band.
2 more, okay. So
we got a bass player and a singer left.
Right, on bass.
On bass, Flea? It was Andy. No, it's Andy.
No, it's Flea.
No, it's Andy.
It's Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
We're gonna do it Big Bottom style.
Oh, they take turns.
No, they're both doing it at the same time.
Okay, right, yeah, sure. And
shout
then
out to Andy, who's
singing,
definitely a Mr. Big.
Singing is Batman again.
It's Batman again.
He does both.
Yeah, he doesn't do them both at the same time either. He runs between the 2.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Mr. Big has a terrible sound.
So whilst that does sound like the best band in the world, the actual members of the band are Eric Martin on vocals, Paul Gilbert on guitar, who we both have a little bit of a weird little musician crush on.
He's really good.
He is really good.
I mean, it's not weird. He's really good.
Billy Sheehan on bass and Pat Torpey on drums. I know, Pat Torpey. Listen, technically it's not Pat Torpey anymore, but I'm talking like the original, the prolonged lineup.
Now it's Batman, right?
It's Batman, yeah. Definitely Batman. You'll like the name of the actual drummer that's replaced him. Do you wanna stab in the dark?
No, you want me to keep guessing things.
This we ain't joke got isn't nowhere to be.
Yeah, this joke isn't dead
No,
yet.
I think you will like it because I think it could have one day been your stage name. The new drummer's called Matt Starr.
I would actually, ironically, I would name myself.
I know you would. But yeah, so the R came from Pat Torpey, died this year. I believe I was in your house when I found out. It was like, I'm gonna top myself now. That's nice.
She didn't say that, everybody. Take mental health seriously.
Yes, I was very upset though.
We were both pretty upset.
Yeah. But yeah, what I really enjoyed about that, the whole situation was because he had, that riff.
That riff that we just pulled off.
Yeah. So the Pat Torpey had Parkinson's, which is, he died of complications of that. However, like, you have Parkinson's for a while, that's not something that kills you immediately. So while he couldn't play the drums but was still in a pretty good way in himself, he played percussion for the band and toured with them while they had the new drummer and they had a little weird little friend thing going on.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. Would you take me on tour if I had something wrong with me? And we were like, we get a new drummer, but I get to sit in the back with a tambourine.
Most likely, yeah, because we get on really well.
Yeah.
And I describe you. This is too emotional. I describe you as one of my two best friends in the whole world.
Yeah, we BFFs.
So shout out to Charles, who's not listening.
Yeah, he's not gonna listen to this.
But, so yeah, I would definitely bring you.
Yeah,
along.
we'll have a little party when I'm inevitably gonna contract something silly or develop something silly.
Knowing your history. Everything.
Yeah, everything in the world. Yeah. That will be.
You'll die from extreme itchiness.
If you can die from that, I will. Honestly, you want to see the state on my legs at the moment. It's really bad.
You don't want to see this.
No, it's really bad.
It's good this is a podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, there was also, I didn't know this, there was a brief period where Paul Gilbert didn't play with them.
Oh.
From 1999 to 2002. He wasn't there due to internal conflicts.
Ooh. Who played instead? Was it Batman?
It was Batman.
God damn it, Batman!
Why are you obsessed with Batman today?
I don't know.
What happened that was Batman?
I think I can't think of someone funnier, so I'm just going with Batman.
So this is a little snippet into the world of Matt. This really amused me. Matt calls his car the Mattmobile.
I don't tell everyone.
Everyone needs to know that.
Like, it's a joke name that people bully me for, despite it being a joke.
I know it's a joke, and I think it's funny. I'm not bullying you. I'm enjoying it.
It's a black convertible that has
It's a black convertible, is it?
It could be.
In Matt's dream.
It could be.
Yeah, he was replaced by Richie Kotzen. I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
No.
Okay, me and Lou went to see him the other week.
Oh.
Yeah.
That who you went to see?
Yeah.
Oh.
he's terrific.
So he was with them, from 1999 to 2002.
That's cool.
You know. I didn't expect you to know that. Fair play.
Mm-hmm.
And they split up altogether from 2002 to 2009 due to internal conflicts. But they basically, all the people went, please, and they went, oh, okay, we didn't have that many conflicts, and got back together in 2009. They celebrated with a tour of Japan.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently they're stupid big in Japan, because metal's really big in, like...
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's UK, America, and Japan.
Yeah.
So they're much bigger in Japan than they are over here, which is quite unusual, really, considering. But there's a few different stories of how they actually got together. From all the different sources, basically everyone says I got the band together because they scouted each other all at the same time.
Of course they do.
Yeah, because they were all. This is why they're a super group. They were looking for specific musicians, and they were like that.
Specific musicians.
Yeah, they went. I want the stupid good ones, which is fair. If you can, you would, wouldn't you? I think the general consensus in people that's not them seems to be that Billy Sheehan got them together.
Hold on 1 second. Like, you're going to say that again because I just realised you're wearing brown trousers.
They're not brown, they're green.
Oh my goodness, my colourblindness is so bad. I was like, why are you wearing these?
I thought that was a joke.
Like, dirt-coloured trousers.
No, they're a dark brown.
Okay.
Dark brown, dark green.
Sorry.
Is colourblindness contagious?
No. Not as far as I know, anyway.
Sorry, did you just entertain the idea that colourblindness is contagious?
I don't know enough.
But yeah, generally well accepted that Billy Sheehan was the person that originally wanted to put the band together, even if they have a bit of a debate about who scouted who. So I thought this was pretty cool, is that they officially broke through with the album Lean Into It, but they had already done a big tour supporting Rush. Like
cool.
A year ago, and that wasn't what got them really big, which is pretty cool.
I mean, probably sucks for them that that's not what got them big.
I don't know. I suppose it's nice to get big on your own work.
Yeah, I guess.
Rather than just happening to support a big band.
It definitely didn't hurt them to support Rush.
Oh yeah, I'm sure not, but you know. So do you wanna listen to some songs? I don't know how much you've actually heard of Mr. Big.
I've listened to 2 of their albums now.
Ooh, you'll have heard the ones then.
But that's about it. I got distracted, because we listen to so much for this podcast, and then I just get into the new stuff.
Yeah. So if you're listening, you should probably listen to, and if you're going to put in a clip, you should probably do Daddy, Brother, Lover, and Little Boy.
Alright.
Because that's one of their main ones.
I have heard that one. Let's put it on for a little bit right now.
Doesn't have to be this hard for an ordinary man. I wanna take
So we actually listened to Undertow and Green Tinted 60s Mind.
Yeah, only one of which I will have put in, because at this point I'll have given up from All the Rise Against.
Yeah, you screwed yourself here a little bit.
Yep.
But I accept that. I've heard them all a bajillion times.
Have you got a lei on you?
A what?
A lei?
I don't know what that would actually be.
The Hawaiian...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
It's called a lei.
It was Pride Day, Pride Appreciation Day
of
in the office.
Course.
Because it's Pride Month, so they were like, this Friday, wear something colourful, and this is the only colourful thing I own.
Oh, wait, it wasn't. It was Pride Month last month.
I think it's technically still, it's like ends today. It's not like a specific...
Okay. Alright, well,
I'm reliably
happy Pride
informed
to everyone, because I changed our... Oh, I feel bad now, because Wild Abyss had a rainbow Twitter handle, whatever, for a while, and now we're back to the regular.
Oh, okay.
The regular black one.
Well, maybe the office might just got the dates wrong, but the principle is still there.
Mm-hmm. Support. People.
Fun. So I've got my rainbow lei on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because you're LEIA.
I didn't even know what it was called a minute ago, so no. But yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's a lei, your LEIA. It's just an anagram of your name. Can
I'm
I
pretty
call
sure
you
it's not.
a lei?
Well, I would rather you not.
Okay, well I will.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm fine with that, Matty.
Okay, maybe I won't.
So I assume, because I know you will have listened to the album What If, which is the one that Undertow and stuff is on. Mm-hmm. There's also the most recent album, Defying Gravity.
Which I've only heard the title track for.
Yeah, fair enough. It was released in 2017. So Matt Starr recorded the drums on this, while Pat Torpey was the drum producer. So that's pretty cool. Then, so this was in mid-2017, early 2018, Pat Torpey died. So that was sad. But we're going in a timeline now because order doesn't matter when I write things.
I noticed that. Like mine,
that
you
doesn't
get, like,
happen every time.
Mine, you get like a chronological progression.
No, mine's just like whatever I feel like writing about. There is bizarrely a reason for that. In this case, that's because I've gone an intro, but also I've talked about each one musically individually rather than done a progression. So now I'm going to talk about Paul Gilbert because we've both got issues. And Paul Gilbert's a beast.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's cool. Did you know that Paul Gilbert has his own music school?
Yes, because you've told me.
Have I?
Yes.
It's cool.
That's the only reason I know.
It's an online one. He releases a video a week, and then all of his students send him a video back of them playing. He watches and gives feedback and all of this because people will not be in the same place. Probably costs a silly amount to do, to be honest, because why wouldn't it? He was also in Racer X, which he did technical difficulties with.
Yes, you've shown me that. It's really good.
We were both into that. Because you were like, oh, it hasn't got lyrics, but I kind of don't care.
Yeah.
Which is odd for you, I find.
Yeah. It's very difficult for me usually to get into something without lyrics, but it's that good.
Yes, it is. Not for everyone. It is, as I say, technical difficulties. If you're into, like... Lou probably wouldn't be the biggest fan.
No.
Just because he likes things nice... Generally pretty chill and just nice sounding. They don't have to be insane to play.
Yeah.
But then I can respect that.
You alright?
There's other people here.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it.
I live with other people.
No, you don't.
Like, just the ghosts.
Did you know that Paul became a guitar instructor when he was just a teenager?
No.
He was officially qualified by the time he was like 16.
What was his name back then?
It was still the same name.
He didn't have a different name?
Why would he have had a different name?
Well, teachers have a different name.
Why?
Generally speaking, teachers all have different names.
Yeah, but why? That's not... I'll accept that that's a thing, but why? Oh, okay.
So, for instance, I have a different name for when I'm teaching.
Which is?
Johnny Banana.
I wanted that to, in a way, I wanted the first name and the surname to work together, but no, they were just words.
Also, it's a lie.
Clearly!
It was a big build-up to a lie.
It was a very long build-up to a lie. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm lost. There's also a whole section on his website, which I discovered when we were doing this. This just dedicated to all of the equipment that he uses, like down to the strings, like all of his pedals, and links to where you can buy it if you want it, which is cool.
I don't.
Sorry?
I don't.
I know you do. You're a little fanboy. He's also released 35 albums, which is insane.
What?
Like, honestly, if you go on he's got his own page, and you can just scroll through all the different albums that he's, these are just the ones he wrote as well. Like, he was a lead songwriter, and that's not even including the ones that he was a part of.
What a nutbag.
Yeah. So, that's Lost.
That's a weird...
Lost? Lots.
Oh, that's a horrible term. Maybe remind me never to say that again.
What did you say?
I said a nutbag.
That's a good name.
It's a horrible term.
Also, I didn't know this. He's got a son, which I was like, what? I didn't imagine him as a dad.
If his name is Johnny Banana,
it's not.
I had a go.
And it is. Well, no, it's not. Why would his surname be Banana when his dad's isn't?
Well, David Bowie's son has a different name.
Are you gonna say another stupid name?
No, it's a real name. It's like
okay.
a boring name because he was named Zowie Bowie.
Oh.
And he changed it because he was like, well,
that's dumb.
My name is Zowie Bowie.
That is a dumb name.
Yeah. Respect, David Bowie. We love you.
Yeah. So we talked about this while we were listening to the songs. We also talked about covering so a few Mr. Big songs. We played around with a couple of ones because you said you would have liked to done Undertow. I also wanted to do Undertow, but you thought Take Cover would go down better.
Yeah.
Because it's just it suited our set better at the time. To be fair.
They're both great, but Take Cover got rejected by the band at the time.
Later on, yeah, because I remember starting to learn it, which is
Undertow got approved.
Undertow got approved, but I think the members at the time would not have been able to do it justice. We didn't end up doing it. Mm-hmm. But
and they flat out refused the Electric Drill song.
I didn't flat out refuse.
No, not you.
No, I did. I did do it, remember? Because they were
you
like...
refused?
Yeah, I refused it because they were like, oh yeah, we can do it. And I was like, but you guys, we need electric drills and you will break something because you don't know what they're doing. And they were like, oh, we can just strum really fast. And I was like, we're not playing the electric drill song without an electric drill.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
That was one of
whole thing.
The first arguments.
Yeah.
Involving you. God, you caused so much drama.
I had that argument as I was waiting to go into an exam. Which is fun. Yeah. But yeah, so we learned Take Cover for a while, and I really, really struggled to learn it. And I was like, why have you picked this one? Because I was like, I want to do Undertow. And you were like, no, Take Cover. Turns out that song is so hard that Rush's Neil Peart accredits him with seriously unique rhythms and songwriting on specifically that song. That's so fair. I accept not being able to play it very well now.
I am gonna get it up. We're gonna listen to it in a minute. It's just so I don't forget. I won't put it in here, so just keep.
Do you want
to
watch a drum covers?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Big, Take Cover. Oh, it's such a good song.
It is a good song.
I'm gonna leave all this in, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, obviously. But yeah. So he first became interested in drumming when he was a kid, and as he quotes, he got into it after seeing a drummer in a polka band performing at a local picnic. And honestly, I feel if you're a musician, you should have a sentence like that sums up why you got into it, because that's one of my favourite things I've ever... Like, people are like, oh, I just felt like it. Like, no. You need to see a polka band and be like, I want to do that. Like,
wait, what's your reason for getting into music?
I saw a polka band and wanted to do that.
That's mine as well.
What?
Oh my god.
No, I believe my mother bought me a drum kit and I was like, okay, nice.
Mm-hmm. I was...
You've just probably always
was a singer. Parents told me to play piano when we couldn't go to gymnastics anymore because the gym closed. And then at school, I saw people were learning guitars, and I was like, I want to learn guitar.
Were you actually telling the truth for your reason? Mine was another dumb reason.
No, those were all the correct reasons.
My real reason is I saw War of the Worlds, the live show, and I liked there was the female main percussionist that would do all the stuff at the back. I was like, that's so cool. And then my mother bought me a drum kit, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So there's a bit more of a story to it.
Mine's very boring.
To be fair, that's not particularly. I saw a film and was like, yeah, that. Yeah, essentially.
I guess that's cool. Being inspired is cooler than my parents made me.
Ooh, at least you still do it. Yeah. Most people, parents make them do something they don't want to do anymore after a while.
It's true. I do love it. Thanks, Mum and Dad.
Oh, there's something else we got to watch as well. Oh, what's occurring?
So good. In day 3 of the vlog, which went out today, for anyone who's listening 2 days ago, it might subtitle you at one point.
Did you subtitle me? I haven't watched it yet. Why did you subtitle? What happened?
There's a point where the audio is just too quiet. It's not your fault.
Oh, okay.
But I like put a disclaimer in front and say like, because the audio is too quiet, I subtitle LEIA for this, and you say something and I just title it, oh, what's occurring?
You piece of shit. Well, congratulations. That's probably one of the funnier things that you've done. But yeah, there's another video we have to watch. Not right now. We can watch it at the end. But it's a video of Pat Dolby doing the heel-toe technique on drums. Do you know what that is?
No.
So
I think you tried to teach me.
I think I tried to explain it to you.
Okay.
But it's basically, so when you'll hit it, you've got your foot on a drum, your sort of, what is that, the ball of your foot? That bit?
No, the ball's the back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which is...
Well, no, this is the heel.
Yeah,
this must be the ball.
Yeah, that's the ball.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, the ball of your foot is on the thing.
Great audio content just
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ball of your foot, just behind your toes.
Mm-hmm.
That bit sits actually on the pedal.
Yeah.
So you'll hit it, but you won't. It's not a forceful thing. Like, you don't stay down. Obviously, you jump straight back up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a reflex action. But the heel toe technique is when on the going back up after you've hit it, you hit it again with your heel and get a really quick 2 sounds out of it, which is stupid hard to do. And he does a video explaining how to do it because he's notably good at it, and it's just I was very impressed. Therefore, I want to make you watch it.
Okay.
It's cool. Yeah. So I thought now we could talk about Billy Sheehan, and we have a guitar in here because neither of us own a bass.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that Billy Sheehan teaches people that I thought we could try.
Alright. Well, when you say we, do you mean me?
Mainly you, yeah.
Okay.
But that's because you've been learning guitar recently.
It's true, I've had 2 lessons.
Whereas I can play like 4 chords and...
So we're roughly the same level.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, he's been voted the best rock bass player from Guitar Player magazine a stupid amount of times. Like, ridiculous. Like, he's really, really good. Apparently, he uses chording, two-hand tapping, right-hand three-finger picking, which is what we're going to learn how to do.
Okay.
And controlled feedback, which is a quite creative list of things. But yeah, I thought we could try this because we know next to nothing about bass. Yeah, really. Sure. Like, compared to other things, we will know more.
Yeah. I know how to make a sandwich. That's my skill for the band.
Yeah, that's everything you bring to the team. And you don't even do that for us. And they're all crappy gluten-free breads.
Like lactose-free as well. There's no cheese on those sandwiches.
Yeah. God, I love how you went straight to cheese and not butter.
Oh yeah, I guess because I don't butter sandwiches.
Fair enough.
And apparently I make the worst sandwiches imaginable.
So the one skill you have, you're not very good at.
Yeah, I love cheese sandwiches. A cheese sandwich is my favourite sandwich.
So everything you can't eat.
It's just like...
It's a ball of death.
And the most boring choice imaginable.
It is,
But I really miss them.
Okay. Yeah. So on your deathbed, because we were discussing this, if you were going to die, then we'd just make you like a big buffet of everything that you can't eat.
White bread.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be expensive. I used to love the 42p loaf of white bread. Because it tastes the same. It's just fucking sugar.
Yeah.
But it's so good. And then double layered sandwiches of just cheese.
Yeah, fair.
Cathedral City cheddar. Extra much.
I'll note that for when
really
you've inevitably contracted something.
Before you die of itchiness.
Yeah, okay. Well, now you've got to die first, or we can make someone else do it.
And I'm older and male, so I'll die first.
Statistically, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I am quite stupid.
And itchy.
Jesus. I didn't know this was a thing, but he modifies his bass. One of the ways he does that is scalloping the 5 highest frets. I didn't know this was a thing at all. That is when you dig out, so you'll have where each fret is. That's when you dig out a little dip.
Oh, okay.
So there's a little hole. Not all the way through, but I'm not sure what sound. Yeah, I'm not sure it's what difference to sound that makes, but it looks really cool.
This is when you say, and that's what we're doing today.
Yay! We're gonna drill a hole in your acoustic guitar.
No, you'd reveal that you'd already done it.
I'd done it so badly, like it was wonky. Basically, not even lines up with the what are they called? The
frets?
No, not the actual frets, like the little spots.
I don't actually know if they have a name. Just like
a
fret marker.
Yeah, the little dots.
Yeah.
Those, and we'll do one either side of each of those, and it'll look horrendous, but it'll be funny. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you this.
All right. So what am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna describe that to you now.
All right. I'm gonna try it from your description.
Okay.
Hold on. Can you hear this? All right. Barely. So we'll have fun with that. It's fine. Leave the fucking setup alone.
Jesus. Yeah. So this is a 3-finger picking technique. Is you use obviously you rest your thumb somewhere that's got a pretty solid stand. It's a bit harder on an acoustic one because obviously you'll have your pickups and stuff where you'd probably normally hit it. And you use the 3, so your index finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger to hit 4 notes.
On the same chord, or is it just finger picking, or is it?
It's mainly finger picking,
for
but
speed.
Like it's for speed. You can't use your thumb. Your thumb needs to rest. But you do 4, so you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. But the 1 will obviously land on a different finger every time, which is why this is quite confusing. Yeah, and then you will change. You're just gonna say the.
And then let's do the G from School of Rock.
Are you sure that's right?
She does a G.
Doesn't sound right.
That's a G.
I don't know. I was gonna say is it in tune, but I wouldn't know.
It's probably not in tune.
Yeah. Okay. So he says the index finger is the strongest attack, then the middle finger, then a ring finger for a softer one. Most people will use it for triplets, but he would usually use you annoying turd. He likes to do it with 4. What's important is it should give the impression that it's always played with 1 finger constantly. Your thumb should stay in a supporting position. To get a good supporting position, well, I'm not sure if most basses do this, but Billy Sheehan does this. He'll often completely cut off part of the pickup so he can get a little thumb dent. But
is this how we do it?
That's quite pleasing, actually. Try changing where your finger is. I mean, not like consistent. Right, not as in like I'm gonna stop and then change. Like move it. Ah, yes. Is this our next song?
No, it's fucking hard, man. Especially because it's so hot in this room, so
Yeah.
my fingers are slippy.
Like, this... Oh, God. And there's our next song. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty good, actually.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, see, I learned classically to start off with, so I'm good at
okay.
finger picking.
Yeah.
Whereas most guitarists
That was
say it.
pleasing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I have a skill as a guitarist. It's being not a metal or rock
Yeah.
guitarist. I'm learning really hard at the moment to actually use a pick.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that the other day. You were like, I've got a pick.
Yeah.
Ah.
And see, I also, if you give me a pick, I lose all function in my other fingers.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to use them. Whereas I can fucking finger pick for days.
Oh, the more you know.
Okay, I'm a little rusty and it's warm, but you get the idea.
Yeah, okay. That was all I've got for Bidishan.
Alright, well, you're going to have a go at this.
Oh, am I gonna... Oh, okay. This is going to be
good
significantly
Lord.
worse than yours.
Oh, obviously. I mean, give me some credit as a guitarist.
I give you little credit as a guitarist based on the fact that you give yourself little credit as a guitarist.
But still, at least I've had a guitar for, like, almost 18 years.
Can I, like...
That's not the G, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, where is it?
The G
Where's
is there,
left?
the third fret. Because it goes, like, open E, and then F, and then a tone up for G. A, B, C sharp.
Why does it go different from there?
Because there isn't a semitone in between the B and the C. You know, on the piano, there's not a black
is
note
it?
in between them.
So it's just the one?
Yes, just like with
Wait, so where?
G, A, B, C.
Oh!
Because like this also just a tone up. There's no semitone in between E and F.
Okay.
Because I always imagine it as the piano, but
Yeah.
obviously you can do it on the guitar.
So this has turned into teaching me how to do guitar badly time.
Alright, what else did you have to talk about with Mr. Big?
It's just Eric Martin.
Alright, go for it then. Put the guitar over there. I don't
Yeah,
want
we'll live over there. Please don't break. Yeah. So Eric Martin actually got into it comparatively pretty late to the others. The others were all kids, you know, when they first got into music. He was like 18 when he got into a band and was like pretty passive about everything, which is pretty unusual for singers generally. But then I suppose it's hard to find someone that's good at it. But then he's pretty like, yeah, okay. They kind of persuaded him to come on. He was like, yeah, okay.
Well, he's great, so.
Yeah, he's pretty good. To be honest, there's not a lot, like, he tends to talk about other members of the band more than he talks about, like, he's not big into doing his, like, music videos or, you know, his instructional videos like everyone else seems to be because they can. He talks a lot about, obviously, Pat Torby, particularly after he died and stuff. There's a lot about the type of kit he plays and stuff like that. He will not talk about himself, so I thought maybe you could offer some insight into his style because you've heard him singing and I don't know anything about singers.
I'd have to listen to him. Oh, this is putting me on the spot. How to describe another singer?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So first of all, he like sings with really, really strong technique. He has. I haven't heard all of their songs, but from what I've heard, at least a 4-octave range.
Okay.
So he's got at least my range.
We could probably check that online. I don't know what range he has. I never think to check that because it's just not in my world.
Usually you can tell from, like, you can make an estimated guess from where they, like, shift into their head voice or falsetto.
Yeah.
And he shifts roughly around the same place that I do, which is around that C5 area.
Yeah, I always thought that, like, well, we wanted to cover them because it probably would suit. It'd be hard, but it would suit your voice.
He has similar vocals to me in that he's got kind of a softer tone. He doesn't have that rough edge that a lot of later singers have.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of thing that I have to put some vocal effect on my voice. Like, I have to train my voice to do those kind of things.
Yeah, it doesn't come as naturally as it might to some people.
It's not that gruffness. Mostly, you can just tell he's a good singer because of the way he's relaxed when he sings through things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to diss some contemporary singers. I'm not going to name them. A lot of contemporary metal and rock singers, whilst they are clearly talented, don't look relaxed when they sing notes, especially when they're screaming. A lot of screamers strain their voices to get it. But I can imagine this guy being good at it just because he is so chill with his voice. So if you want any kind of insight, it's just that listen to his stuff. He sounds calm.
Yeah.
He expresses, if anything, he's got kind of a musical theatre-esque voice in the way that he can express whilst not straining his vocals.
Okay.
It's not a pop voice at all.
Yeah, no, it's not, is it?
It's just like it's a good voice.
Yeah, that's all I've got really from my perspective. Is it's really good.
Yeah. It's I mean, without going into like really boring technique that I don't know enough about to comment.
Fair enough. But yeah, so I mentioned earlier they split up in 2002, got back in 2009. Mm-hmm. He was basically the only member that wasn't involved in the reunion. Mm-hmm. What actually happened is Paul Gilbert was on stage with another band. He was joined on stage by Pat Torpey, Richie Kotzen, and Billy Sheehan. Mm-hmm. They played a few covers, and then they played Daddy Brother Love a Little Boy on stage. They had so much fun.
Who sang it?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Richie Kotzen's a really good singer, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did it.
We can check online, I'm sure it'll say. Yeah, basically they had a laugh and they phoned him and they were like, "Are you up for it?" And he was like, "Yeah, go on in." So
I think he's just a chill guy.
Yeah, he's pretty passive.
It comes through in his voice.
But yeah, he was talking about Pat Torpey in an interview and says a lot that this was while he was still alive. He says that spiritually he was the driving force behind the band. Every time that he says, "Oh man, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know about the rest of the guys, but if he bows out, I'm going to bow out with him." Mm-hmm. So from that, I would guess probably as he's died, this could be the end of Mr. Big.
Yeah.
They haven't really released a statement. I'm not sure if they will or not because they do seem to have done really well with Matt Starr, your alter ego.
You mean Batman?
Are you just not done with the Batman thing yet?
I mean, we brought up the Matmobile, so...
I love the idea of it being like, the whole na 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 man, just because it sounds like the stupid version.
I'm going to tell you a story later,
okay.
off mic, that is related to that. But that brings you to the end of your report.
Yeah, that was all I have to say on Mr. Big.
Fucking hell,
we could talk for like 8 million years on Mr. Big.
And I could talk for a long time on Rise Against. I would make you listen to all of them and then be able to converse.
Yeah, always the way.
So... we actually wanted to make this a shorter podcast, but
we got distracted.
I guess it's okay that it's longer because we are actually taking a break next week. A well-earned break, if you ask me.
Honestly, I was kind of thinking, basically, I had so much I wanted to do with, like, playing around and stuff. I thought at some point, like, suggesting maybe that we do it into a two-parter, but we were talking about getting things back quite simple. So we'll just have a long episode and make people suffer through, basically.
Hey, they love us. It's nice having you back, actually. Not that I didn't love doing it with Lou, but it's nice having...
I was reported to that you weren't berated enough, so...
Wait, who said that?
Andy.
Oh, okay. Great. That's fair enough.
Well, I think he said it was... I knew what he meant. I think he worded it slightly
Yeah, well, Lou's more chill. And our dynamic
it's pretty laid back. It's very different, isn't it?
Our dynamic is very different than yours and mine, which is...
harassment, really.
Yeah, I've had it described as pleasantly antagonistic.
Yeah, pleasantly.
Yeah.
That isn't a word that I would use.
Aggressively antagonistic.
Yeah, there we go.
Right, well, usually we close out the episode with a question and a controversial corner. Do you have an opinion that you would deem controversial?
I don't like Peter. What about that?
I don't like Peter either.
Yay!
Neither of us... we agreed on this yesterday. Neither of us love Green Day.
Yeah,
I'm lukewarm on them.
Yeah, I just...
don't care.
I wouldn't,
Yeah.
I don't wish them any ill, but also I just don't care enough.
Yeah, neither of us are a fan of the Green Day song that we cover. But people love it, so we keep doing it.
Yeah, and Lou really likes it, isn't it? That's why we actually do it.
Other people love Green Day. That's great.
Yeah, fine, enjoy it. Like I'll quite happily play along. To be honest, the drum lines are pretty interesting from generally. I'm just not a big fan.
That's fair. Any other controversial opinions?
No, but I feel like we should sign out on Rip Vinny because I don't think we've really addressed that at all yet. Yeah, I feel like we should mention.
Was it a week ago at this point?
Probably a little bit more than that now.
Vinnie Paul from Pantera.
Yeah.
Passed away. Do we know the reason? Or was it just a heart attack?
I think it wasn't like malicious or anything like that. It was just he's died. I think the family basically just said we'd like our privacy, and everyone's gone, you know what? Okay, we'll just be sad and not know, which is fair enough.
He was only 54. That's not that old.
It's not that old, but he did older than other members of Pantera, so
yeah. Yes. Man, I like Pantera a lot.
They are cool. I think but both of us really have got more into them recently. we're talking about. Well, we intend on covering one of their songs.
Yeah, Cowboys from Hell.
Yeah,
it's really great. And
hopefully, we'll be playing it live soon and not just give up because it's hard.
You know, that's the first what was deemed good album critically.
Really?
Yeah.
The more you know.
They had 4 albums before that. Nobody cared.
I feel like metal fans probably cared, but critically,
they weren't famous.
Oh, okay, fair.
Like they were like low tier. I told you when they got properly signed and discovered, they were a fucking birthday party playing.
Yeah. So that is funny.
Yeah. So Pantera.
I enjoy that.
Hey, maybe we'll do something on Pantera at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, we won't see you guys next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. I haven't written a question for us to answer this week because we've gone on.
To be honest, we've gone on for years and years already, so...
Oh, God, I've got to listen back to this.
Hey.
But we wish you all the best. How do I usually sign this off?
With the socials.
Oh, yeah.
That you forget nearly every time.
At Wild Abyss Band on Twitter and Instagram. At Wild Abyss on Facebook.
Wild Abyss the band on basically anything else.
Yeah.
We're on Pinterest. We are on MySpace. What else are we on?
Our Twitter photo now is our MySpace page.
To be fair, because I was properly ribbed by you for not thinking that was funny.
No. It wasn't me who ribbed you for that. I've
got
it on mic. It wasn't me. I thought the MySpace thing was funny. The Pinterest thing. You always think it's me that hates the MySpace. I like the MySpace.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying ribbed about.
Okay.
I was saying that you ribbed me when you sent me the photo of the Twitter page that was the MySpace one. And you were like, I'm sorry, because someone didn't care. And I was like, I was busy. I didn't look at the photo. I just thought you'd gone, hey, look, we've got a MySpace page. Like, I know I made it. Like,
no, it's much funnier what I did.
Because everyone should know that we have MySpace.
Yeah,
basically.
we also
surprisingly
have...
cool format these days.
We also have an EP.
Yes, we do. That's cool.
If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. It's
like,
called Needs More Cowbell. We also have a vlog series about the creation of it, which leads up to the YouTube video of our song No One But We. We are working on a lyric video conceptually. We will get down to working on it properly.
Eventually.
It'll be great. And between that, we're working on new stuff. We've got gigs coming up in Wales. Come to Wales to see us.
All my little Welshies.
Follow us on the socials. Ooh, do we love you guys yet? I don't think we're there yet.
This is too intimate.
Yeah.
It's too soon. They'll be upset and they'll leave. Yeah. Then, it'll be awkward. We'll bump into them in the street and it'll be like, how have you been?
We respect your personal space.
Yeah.
That's how Wild Abyss does things.
We don't want to come on too strong, is what we're saying. You okay?
You're the worst people.
Matt's upset now, so we should leave.
Alright, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.